Good evening, Trevor. How are you?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm a little concerned by you're here. You never show up. Well,
Well,
you never email me about any
yeah.
concerns. Like, what brings you here?
Yeah, so it's about how you were teaching my son and his class about death and divorce and a book you guys were reading as a class.
Yeah, that's a book that the whole district has to read, unfortunately, for
Oh,
fourth
really?
grade. Yeah, it's a signed curriculum.
Really?
What are your feelings towards the book?
Well, personally, I feel that I feel mad when someone tries to teach my son about something that I think should be taught in the home. Like death and divorce, I feel like that should either be taught in the church or at home, not in the school. Like they're here at school to learn about their academics.
Okay, I could see that. What are your personal feelings about that? Like, are you upset? Mostly just about death and divorce in the book, or just what are your thoughts?
I'm a little upset that you guys think it's appropriate to teach my son, who's still developing as a child, his brain's still developing. I think it's inappropriate that you guys are teaching him this early about death and divorce, like such a hard subject to talk about.
Okay, I understand that. What age would you want him to be taught about death and divorce then?
I don't know, probably sometime before middle school, but
Okay. So
whenever he's ready.
So fourth grade, isn't it? You think
No,
fifth
probably
grade,
not.
sixth grade?
Probably like sixth grade.
Okay. So would you want me to stop continuing to read the book in front of him, or like how do you want me to deal with
just
that?
personally me, I would like for him not to have to read that book or do anything regarding death or divorce.
Okay.
If you want to teach the rest of the class, that's fine, but I just would like my son to do something else.
Okay. We might have to bring some other teachers in on this because maybe other parents are feeling the same way, and maybe we can develop like a reading group that they could read separately compared to, like instead with the other kids.
But I don't want my kid to be separate from the rest of them.
Okay. So there's probably no way we could do that though, because this is a curriculum that I have to teach to the class. Like that's how I'm getting paid. It's what I have to teach.
Well, why don't you just tell the superintendent or anyone on the academic board that we can't teach this?
I could express my opinion, but it isn't going to change anything for this year, I wouldn't think, because we are almost done with the book.
Well, there's a lot of books out there that you could teach, you could do.
I agree with you. But also, we live in a society where death and divorce should be addressed. Probably early on, 1 in 2 people are getting divorced nowadays, and so kids are aware of divorce happening. I think that he knows that divorce is happening, but you guys haven't talked about it in the family.
Well, yeah, he's
or
not.
At home.
We don't think he's ready for that yet.
Okay.
We personally would just like him to focus on school and academics when he's at school. We don't want him reading about anything that could trouble him or make him feel uncomfortable.
Okay, I get that. Well, maybe we can come up with a different book, and maybe we could go talk to the principal about this. That way he can give me some executive power so I could do so.
Can the principal do that?
He could, but he might argue with you about it.
That's fine, as long as we stop teaching this book to the kids.
Okay, so let's maybe set up a meeting with him about that.
Okay.
But in the meantime, do you want me just to pull him out of class, or go to a different class to do some different work, or what would you want me to do?
I don't want him to get pulled out of class, but I also don't want him learning about these types of things.
Okay. So how do you propose that I do that and teach the book to everybody else, but not teach him without pulling him out of the room?
Well, I don't know. You're the teacher. I thought that was your job.
It is my job, but what I'm saying is that the likelihood of that happening is really slim to make him feel like he's not.
Was there another 4th grade class he could join?
Maybe, but they're all doing the same thing, and we do reading at the same time every day. So what I was thinking is maybe giving him his own book and having him maybe sit in the back of the classroom. We could probably give him some earbuds or something so he's not hearing everything. And maybe we can just tell the kids he's just learning independently right now until we figure out what we can do.
Okay, well, I feel like my kid might get targeted and singled out for that
Yeah.
he's not reading what the normal kids are reading.
Okay. I agree with you on that, because kids can be mean and pick on him for that. So, well, let's just make a meeting with the principal, and then we can sit down with him and talk about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, as long as he's not learning about this stuff, I have no problem with what book you guys teach.
Okay. So it's just the death and divorce that's tricky for you.
Yeah.
And those are two concepts, I get it,
Yeah.
that are pretty deep for a 4th grader.
Oh, yeah, it's very deep.
So we can definitely argue that for next year and see what we can do to change that. Maybe a different book, something a little bit more on the same challenge, like same challenge for them, but just different concepts.
Yeah, there's got to be a book out there that's the
Oh.
same level.
Oh, trust me, there is. There's a lot of them.
So why aren't we doing that now?
I don't know, because I feel like the district probably thinks that children at 4th grade are ready for death and divorce to be like,
Well, that's just not right.
yeah, I could see what you're saying, but as a teacher, it's my responsibility to teach what they tell me to teach. So we'll definitely try to fix this for you and fix it for your son.
Yeah, we can't have him learning about all this stuff. I don't want him coming home all messed up and talking about death, crying to me. That's just not right for him.
Yeah, I agree with you, 100%. So we'll just meet with the principal, maybe a couple administrators, and see what action we can take.
Okay, it might have to be my wife coming to meet because I work very busy. I had to take off for this, so I don't know if a meeting during the day like this will be.
Okay.
It'll work again.
Okay.
So is there any way we could get around that?
Yeah, so I have a plan period from like 9 to 9:45 in the mornings, and then also I could meet after school. We got around 3:30, 3:45ish. I could meet, but I would be willing to come in at night to talk to your wife and you if you wanted to come as well.
Yeah, because I'd like to bring her with so she could share her opinions too.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Maybe we can. I'm sure the principal can come.
Okay, yeah, and then
6.
someone on the administration team. I'd like
Yeah.
for them to be there.
Yeah.
Maybe a superintendent, whoever's in charge of the curriculum.
We could get someone in charge of the curriculum come from the district. Maybe the reading.
Yeah,
reading?
definitely whoever's in charge of the reading.
Okay. We'll try to figure out something, but for sure, principal and administration, and we'll figure out a day for that.
All right, sounds
Sound
good.
Thank you for being
very
here.
much. Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.